Hey guys, welcome back to another SaleFreaks video. In this one, I am going to uncover a nice little hidden gem that not many other dropshippers know about. And in fact, a lot of other softwares don't even have the function to be able to do this. So I want to let you into a little secret today. We're going to talk about Amazon Warehouse. And also, if you find these videos helpful and really useful for your dropshipping business, please don't forget to drop a like on the video and also think about subscribing to the channel. It really helps us be able to push more content out to you guys. So Amazon Warehouse, what is Amazon Warehouse? Well, this is Amazon's basically hub for selling used and returned products. So if you can imagine, if you're an Amazon seller or Amazon selling themselves, you buy a product from Amazon, you open up the box and it's not as expected, or maybe you just change your mind. Amazon returns policy basically means you can send that item back and get a full refund for virtually no questions asked. And what are they going to do with that product? Well, an Amazon FBA seller really has two choices. They can get the item sent back to them, or they can allow it to be sold on Amazon Warehouse and get a fraction of the profits rather than just taking a loss. There is actually a third option, I think, which is just to scrap the item altogether, which means it just gets liquidated, binned, and they lose the money. So this is a good way of selling those return products, and they sell them generally at a discounted price, normally a good sort of percentage off the original new price. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about those Amazon Warehouse items. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the different conditions of the items, maybe what to watch out for. And then if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to show you how you can set up your SaleFreaks account to allow you to list these Amazon Warehouse, or what we call them, open box items, on your eBay store, and show you how you can make extra profits from doing so. So as you can see here, there is a section up in the top left hand corner where you can go to Amazon Warehouse. Okay, and if you can't find that on yours, you can just Google Amazon Warehouse products. It'll link you directly to this page we can see here. So just a brief run through it. Amazon Warehouse, we give you return products a second life. We thoroughly check the quality of each item and take the time to inspect all products and test and repair if necessary before selling on. Save buying quality used open box products with a hassle-free return process and statutory legal warranty. So the other good thing about this is, if you sell the product on eBay and the buyer wants to open a return with you, Amazon will accept returns just as normal on all these open box items. So they don't have any weird, crazy return policies. I know some retailers, they have, they sell various sale items, for example, and it's with the view that there's no returns, no backing out of the deal, basically. So that is not the case with this. There is multiple categories that you can use for open box. These are probably the most popular categories, just as they show here: computer and accessories, home and kitchen, electronics and photos, and home improvement. As you can imagine, there's some categories you probably want to avoid. And again, just like normal dropship, and I would avoid it in the same way, would be like clothes and things like that. If someone's returned it, if they've maybe worn it or sent it back or something. Anyway, I just don't like clothing because you get a lot of sizing issues and things like that. Computer and accessories is great. Home and kitchen is great. Electronics, photo is great. Home improvement is great. There are other categories as well, like toys and games and things like that. Potentially beauty. I've sold open box items before from beauty category. Do tend to have some issues. Maybe someone's used something out of the tube or whatever, whatever item it is for sale. Even though Amazon state they check all these products, there are cases where obviously things slip through the net. So how do you evaluate a product's condition? So these are obviously open box items, so we need to be really transparent with our customer as to what the product actually is. So on eBay, we will actually list this as a used product, or as a not new product, basically. Okay. And that allows us to sell these things. So it's not like we're going to list them onto eBay and just pretend they are a new product to our buyers. That would be very, very silly, very foolish. But on eBay, we can actually sell a new or refurbished product, and it actually fits within all the terms and conditions. The beauty about it is not an awful lot of people do this, especially in the Amazon to eBay dropshipping world. So this gives us a big advantage to be able to do so, but we need to be careful about the conditions. So let's just run through those. Used like new. Okay, so as Amazon states here, this is an item in perfect working condition. The packaging may bear some damage. The item fully functions and all its essential accessories are complete. So if you want to take the least risk, this is the option you would select. You would only sell used like new products. Okay, these are basically someone's opened the box, they've had a look, they didn't like it, they've sent it back. Okay, and I'm not just talking about the outer packaging of the box. That could be the box that the physical product comes in. It could be ripped, it could be damaged, whatever, you know. That's the way it is. So the next one we've got used very good. Okay, so this is the second category down. So this is an item in very good condition, may have seen limited use and fully functions. The item may have minor cosmetic imperfections. It may arrive with damaged packaging or be repackaged and could be missing some non-essential accessories. Missing accessories are shown under the individual item description. Now, as I'm sure you can already guess, there already is a bit of risk creeping in. So whilst we can still sell these products on eBay, we need to be very careful that it's not missing something that the buyer might complain about. Or if it is missing some of those non-essential accessories, we need to make sure that we update our eBay listing to actually reflect that situation so that we can cover ourselves. The buyer knows, and even if the buyer buys it, doesn't read the description, we can still hold our end up by saying, look, this was actually stated, and eBay will side with us in terms of any cases or anything like that. So super important. But like I say, if you don't want to take that risk, you don't have to. You can just sell like new, and I'm going to show you at the end of the video how you can determine the difference between all of these things and make sure that you're only listing the products that you want to list. So as we get lower down the list, we've got used good condition. Okay, so this is just creeping into the kind of, you know, the realms of a little bit, you know, more riskier. So the condition that may show wear for moderate use and fully function. So the good thing to take away from this is that the item should still be working. Okay, the item may arrive with damaged packaging or be repackaged. That's fairly common, as the two above also state. May have minor cosmetic damages such as small scratches, and the item may be missing some valuable accessories. Okay, so if this was something that, you know, it came and it was missing screws or something like that, that's not going to be ideal for you. Your buyer's going to have problems, you know. And it may not be used until those accessories are purchased separately. So, you know, if it's something that has to be built and it doesn't come with any screws and you haven't told your buyer that, the buyer's not going to be happy and it's going to end up in a return. Okay, so the main con or the downside of these Amazon warehouse items is that people don't read stuff. So even like new stuff, I have sold things in the past on open box, and the buyers came back to me and said, the box is damaged, the box was open. And I've literally went back to the seller and said, that's the whole idea. It is a used as new item. It states on there that it is open box. You know, you can have a return, obviously, which is fine, but just be aware, like the thing that you're complaining about was exactly as the product was listed. So you're gonna get issues like that. Okay, so missing accessories are shown under the individual item description. We'll go through that in a second. Then the last category, we've got used acceptable, basically the scraping of the bottom of the barrel here. Okay, so these ones are going to have more issues than any of the three above, and just about probably scrape by to be being sold as used. So items have clear signs of usage but still serves its main function. So it's not even said that it's fully functional at this point like the other ones above. This is like it still serves its main function. I don't know what the difference between the two is, because something serving its main function to me, you know, should still be working. But maybe if it's something with dual functions, then only the main thing works and the rest don't. I don't know. Okay, I'm already starting to think it's not a good idea to list and sell these products. Knowing eBay customers, knowing Amazon as well, you know, there's probably very jaded lines between, you know, what's acceptable and what's not. The item may arrive with damaged packaging or be repackaged. The item may have cosmetic damages or show other signs of previous use, and signs of usage can include scratches, dents, worn corners or edges. So there's even more cosmetic damage, you know, with these particular products. It's stated. The item may be missing some valuable accessories, components, spare parts, and may not be used until those parts are purchased separately. Missing parts are shown under the individual item description, the same as with the other ones above. So That's the 4 conditions. Take from that what you will, but I would say, lean very heavily towards those top 2 options, and if not the top 2 options, just the top option. Okay, I probably wouldn't go and use used or acceptable. Now, there are cases where you might want to play outside the box a little bit, and I'll go through that in a second, okay, when we're talking about kind of ordering these items. Okay, so there are cases where you might think, okay, I'm gonna order one of those items, and I'll show you why. So just a little bit again about the return policy, and it says there, it's exactly in line with the return policies. Obviously, if you get a replacement, they're saying here it's they're not able to replace the item with its exact same condition. They might have similar in stock, because if you're buying a refurbished one or an open box item and one comes without this screw and the other one comes with the screw, if you get a replacement, it might be, you might end up getting worse than what you got in the first place. So I would say, if you're doing a return for the likes of these open box items, get your return, get your refund, move on as such. And also, if you're listing an item and it continues to sell and it continues to get returns on that item, there's probably a problem with that item, and I would remove that item from your store if it's being problematic. In fact, I would do that as the case in any items. If you're constantly selling an item, but it's you have a high return rate on that item, it's probably just time to get rid of it, because all the hassle's probably outweighing the good sales that you're making on that one. Your warranty rights and all that stuff is as normal. I'm not going to read through all that stuff. It's just all very basic stuff. You can see all the other categories there. So, I mean, any category is a goer here. I just, in this one, I don't really want to play around with shoes too much. Just like, just can't be bothered with clothing, size and things like that. Not good. So let's have a look at one of the products. Let's have a look at how they actually show on site. In fact, let's have a look at the categories first. We'll go into home and kitchen. We can see down below here, and you might have noticed this, and you might not have noticed it, equally. Okay, but we've got our buying options down below the product. Okay, and you can see here you've got 1 used offer, 14 used offers, 3 used offers. So it always shows the new one in stock first of all, and then you can see if it has used offers. So as you can see, a lot of these products actually have used offers available. And obviously, the more used offers there is, the more stock probably of that product. So there's a couple of things to consider. Is the product good in the first place? Okay, so as always, when I'm sourcing open box items, I always want to make sure it has good reviews in the first place. Okay, so there's no point in selecting items that have got 1 and 2 stars and they're constantly getting returned, because the likelihood is when you sell it on eBay, the eBay buyer is going to have the same problem as the Amazon buyer, and they're going to return it as well. So you need to make sure the product is decent first of all, and there isn't like an underlying issue. I mean, look at this product here, air purifier for the bedroom. 3K have been bought. There's 14 used offers, but in reality, it could be just people changing their mind, didn't suit them. So this product's probably a decent product to list as open box. And the list open box products, it is just your usual situation of gathering those items, how you would normally gather them, like searching the URL and search and compare, using the Chrome extension to pick up these products and then download the CSV file, or import it to your open box section of your SaleFreaks account, or just gathering the ASINs one by one, listing them one by one in your store. Whatever method you use to list normal products on SaleFreaks or on your eBay store, you can use the exact same method with open box, and I'm going to show you at the end of the video how you actually do that. But as you can see, all these products, you've got offers. So how do the products look whenever you go into it? So when you go into your product page, you'll generally get this box that comes up on the right hand side, and it gives you all the different selling options. Now again, you may or may not have ever noticed this, but you've got your buy now, which is your kind of buy box Amazon sold item with your Prime delivery, and as you can see here, this one actually has a voucher off, which would bring this one closer to about £30, which maybe makes the open box item in this case maybe not as desirable. Well, let's have a look. So we can see here all the cheaper options below. So we can already see the used and acceptable options about £10 cheaper. So if you were in the market for buying one of these and you thought, okay, well, I can get this cheaper, let's see what acceptable's all about. So we can see here condition. We can also click on more to see what's going on here. So medium scratches, tarnishing on the metal, item will come in original packaging, inside another box, original packaging will be damaged, item will be missing screws and fasteners. Now for me, I am not a handyman, okay? So if I was looking at that as a buyer, I would be thinking, no, it's not for me. I'm going to have to run around trying to maybe, I don't even know what type of fasteners that could be talking about. I don't know what type of, I mean, you could probably find screws, okay? But like, you know, do you want the hassle of that? Most people probably don't. Someone might, you know, some handyman kind of guy that's got every screw and fastener under the sun in their garage. I know people that are like this. My dad was that type of person. I'm not. You know, they could go, oh, I'm going to save a tenner. I can easily get, you know, work around this. That's absolutely fine. I wouldn't mess around with that. So then we can go down to good, and we can see 26.59. We can see here this is basically the same, and this is also saying item will be missing screws and fasteners. Okay, so again, I just want to avoid that. This one doesn't tell us anything, so that's not helpful. This one here, though, used good. This one here is exactly the same price, but it doesn't say there's anything missing, okay? So that's good, literally. This one says nothing. This one says it's going to be missing screws and fasteners. Do you know what? See with this one, even though it doesn't say that it's missing screws, I'm going to, you know, I'm going to be wary of this, okay? So let's scroll down to like new, okay? So this one's £28.15. So if we didn't include the discount, which most of them probably won't have a discount, you know, it's £7 cheaper, okay? So you could sell this at a higher margin. There are going to be people selling this on eBay, more than likely drop shipping it. And as you can see, you can save yourself a few quid. So you can set the margins higher for these and still be cheaper than the new versions, okay? So that's what you got to keep in mind. Or you could be happy to sell them at your regular margins, but be way cheaper than the competition, okay? So that's what I tend to do. I tend to list them just slightly higher than my normal margins. For example, if I have my profit margins at 10% average on a normal item, my profit margins for an open box item will be somewhere closer to between 12 and 15%. You can still get an extra 2 to 5% out of these products and still be cheaper than the new version. So use like new, like we can see here. Item will come in original packaging, inside another box, original packaging will be damaged, but no talk of missing screws or anything like that. So for the difference of about £2, it's really not worth taking the risk, even though you can put in the descriptions that'll be missing screws and things like that. It depends on your appetite, to be honest. If you want to, you know, be really drill into it, put it on eBay. By the way, when you list something from SaleFreaks, it'll list it in the best condition it can find it at the time of listing. Okay, so you're absolutely covered as long as you make sure the description has all this stuff in it, which you'll probably need to do manually. You can see some very good options here as well. You know, again, very good and like new. There's about £1 difference in price, and it all looks good. There's not, you know, no missing screw information or anything like that. So again, there's a lot of options for this one, like new. There's a few variations in the price, and the main thing you need to be aware of is if anything's missing, any vital parts, okay, just like we mentioned. So that's how it shows, okay? When you list it on SaleFreaks, for example, the item will list as open box. It'll do all that work for you. When the order comes through, auto order will select the best available option for you, okay? So it'll select like new if you have like new enabled on your settings. If you have very good and like new enabled on your settings, it'll take the best one, okay? It'll always take the best possible option. It should take the like new option, even though there's good and very good and whatever else. So you're fully protected that way as well. So let's take a look at another product, okay? So we have this table tennis bat, okay? So this, I tried to find something that's not going to have very much, you know, it can't have very much wrong with it, right? You know, it's a table tennis bat. There's not going to be any missing parts, accessories, or anything like that. If it does, it's going to be pretty useless, you know, if it's missing the handle or something. So it's unlikely that's going to happen, okay? And as you can see here, the price is £33.78 brand new. and you can save with used very good at $2.49. Now there could be other options as well, like, you know, when we go, we've seen in the last page, there's a ton of different options, okay? But we can see here, you know, the very good option is $24.29, okay? Click down below and just have a look and see what other options there is. So very good, okay? So very good in this case is item will come in original packaging will be damaged. Like new is basically the same, packaging will be damaged. There's not much of a difference apart from this one will be in a different box. But like I said, there's not much of a difference there. There's not even much of a difference in price. So 50p difference to get it in the original box. You know, I'd probably again just go for the like new in this case. So how does that look on eBay then? Okay, so if we have listed this product, okay, we can see it's used in very good condition. Okay, so this one, for example, must have been listed as very good, and there was maybe no like new item available at the time of listing, so it's listed and it's very good. But what happens is when the buyer makes the order, it will be priced and it will be ordered off the like new one. Okay, so in this situation, the buyer's actually going to have a more positive experience because they're going to say they're going to get something that they bought in used condition, very good. And what's actually going to happen is they're going to get a product that is literally brand new, never been used, still in its original packaging. So that buyer will be like, oh, like that's really good, because if I bought something used, very good condition, I would have expected it to be used. You know, a couple of games of table tennis, played with it, whatever. You know, it might be a little bit older, but still in very good condition. Okay, so you get the idea. The buyer's going to generally be quite happy with this situation, right? Okay, so we're starting to get the idea anyway. You know, buyers, especially on eBay. eBay is that marketplace where people are looking for a bargain, okay? So it initially started off as everything was used, secondhand, whatever you want to call it. You know, that's kind of how eBay started, people selling their unwanted stuff on eBay. So a large percentage of the customer base are actually on there looking for a bargain, because you might be thinking to yourself, why would someone want to be going on there and not choosing the used, not choosing the new option and picking the used option over something that's brand spanking new? And the simple answer is price. Like I said, you know, people are on eBay, they're looking for a bargain, okay, and we can still give them a bargain, okay? We can still list something cheaper as used, very good conditioner, like new, and still give them a bargain from the listing price, okay? So first of all, you know, if you search for this table tennis racket bat on eBay, we can see here numerous people are selling it, okay? £41.99, $39.47. You know, those are the exact matches. These people are 99% sure they're drop shipping. You know, and then obviously I'm looking at these going, is this the exact bat? You know, because when we're doing product research, we're always saying, like, is it the exact bat? Because we're looking for drop shippers, we're looking for other items. In this case, if I was just a regular eBay user and I was just looking for a particular brand of table tennis bat that kind of met all my descriptions, you know, this is the results I'm going to see. There's all these different ones, okay? They're all way more expensive than what we can buy this bat for, like new, on Amazon, okay? So we could still sell this a good, you know, 10, in some cases 10, 20 pounds lower than what some of these are listed for, and still make the sale. So this is going to be the case with all of these items that we can list with on OpenBox. And with eBay, sometimes they'll search for just used items only to get rid of all the you know, the more expensive ones, because they might just be looking for a replacement or something for the kids, you know, whatever. It's something just to knock around with. You know, everything has its case. You know, some people do the opposite. Some people search for new items only and get rid of all the used versions. Like, for example, if I was buying some trainers, the first thing I do is click on new. I don't want any other condition, I just want new. But if I was looking for something like, I don't know, like this, or a replacement part for something, I'm really not that bothered about the conditioner, whether it's been used before. So it definitely works. It's definitely a hidden gem and something you should definitely have in your locker as an eBay drop shipper. It just makes 100% sense. So let's get on with the video and show you how you can actually do that on SaleFreaks. So first of all, you go into your SaleFreaks dashboard. Down at the very bottom, you'll have your eBay accounts, and if you scroll all the way to the right hand side at the bottom, right down here, you can see add supplier. Okay, very, very simple. Same way as you would add any other supplier, you just add Amazon OpenBox as a supplier. Pop in your shipping policies. You can use the exact same policies as you use for your normal Amazon items, because the delivery in that is pretty much exactly the same. Okay. Next up, we have our global settings, and this is where you will see the item condition. Okay, so this is only available in Amazon OpenBox. Okay, and you can see the conditions you want to sell items. You can see that you can put on all those conditions, or you can just leave it at the default, which is like new. I do have very good on mine because I'm happy to sell the items that are very good. Now, I mentioned before about the use case for ordering something that's good and maybe even acceptable. Okay, so in order to fulfill your sale, okay, so let's say, for example, we got an order of this bracket, okay, and we only had like new. Now, there is obviously a like new in stock here, right? Let's think like there isn't. Okay, so we've sold this bracket and we only have like new on there, okay, and we're going, okay, auto orders fail because there's no available offer, right? Okay, that's because there's no like new available. So we go into Amazon, we go to purchase the order, we go to try and, fix our purchase issue, make a manual order, and we see, okay, like new isn't available. What do I do? Oh no. You've kind of a couple of choices, okay? You can bite the bullet. If the new one is in stock, you're going to take a loss here, okay? You're going to take a loss. You're going to have to buy the new product. It's going to be like maybe £10 more. Maybe with this voucher that brings it down to only £5 more. You're going to take a loss, or you're going to lose your profit, okay? One of those two things. What you can do is go down and start reading through the used very good section, okay? So I would look at this option here and see very good. Comes in original packaging. Packaging will be damaged. And I'm thinking, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to add that. I'm going to buy that product. Worst case scenario is the buyer gets it and they make a return. Big whoop. Doesn't really matter. We make our sale. We fulfill our order. We get our profit. 9 times out of 10. That's exactly the same as the like new, only the packaging might be a bit more damaged or something. But the main thing is the product's intact, the product's fully functional, it has all its correct accessories, and what you don't want to do is go and order the one that says that it's got missing screws. Okay, so you have to think seriously about it. Again, same if this was like the table tennis racket, you're going to go, okay, no, like new. Very good in this case is going to be a perfect option to fulfill the order. Even in some cases where you have very good listed, okay, you have very good listed, there are some cases where I'll still go on and I will still order the good or the acceptable option, okay, if there's an option that doesn't seem like it's missing too much. It might just be cosmetic damage or things like that. Again, sometimes acceptable can be just as good as good. Sometimes good can be just as good as very good. There is kind of very polarizing lines between what jumps from acceptable to good and things like that. I would rather get the order out and then deal with the customer afterwards rather than cancel the customer order, because I feel that's a much more negative experience. That's my own personal opinion on it. But yeah, that's the long and short of it. That's how you do it. It does bring in, good profitable sales. It can help you raise your average profit per order price, because naturally you can command a higher price in these orders. The other pro of this is you have a lot less competition in this field. There is just not as many people listing open box items. They're either fearful of this, which you shouldn't need to be, because it's stated clearly on eBay, and like I say, there's a big market on eBay for a bargain and for used items. Okay, there are cons. Sometimes people don't read the listing, they'll open a return, but people are stupid and people do that anyway. Even on new listings or whatever, you're going to get returns. Stay away from those categories that might be more problematic anyway. Stick to the good ones and stick with good products that generally will sell anyway. Remove the ones that do cause more problems so they don't cause you problems in the future. It's all just about managing your own risk, managing your own appetite. But like I say, the pros really outweigh the cons in this situation. There's definitely more upside to this than there is downside. If you're new to dropshipping, this is the first video we've dropped on, be sure to check out SaleFreaks.com if you're interested in getting into dropshipping. Check out the rest of the videos on our channel. There is also a link to the free Facebook community within the description, and also a link to SaleFreaks.com where you can sign up for a trial. You can get started your dropshipping journey today for virtually nothing, and there is a 100% free dropshipping course on there in addition to what's on the YouTube channel. So once again, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Cheers.